On February 24th, 2024, we are going to have a full moon in the sign of Virgo. Now, this is going to be a time for you to get some things done. Virgo is very detail-oriented. It wants to maximize your productivity. It wants you to tackle those projects and those tasks. At this time, I want you to make sure that you add self-care to the top of your to-do list. With the sun in Pisces, Pisces is very watery. It's intuitive. It's psychic. And so at this time, you could get lost in your thoughts, in your dreams, finding yourself dreaming about your future, things that you want to do. Now, this is going to be a really great time for you to have this full moon, because the full moon is going to be balancing out by bringing us back to reality. The sign of Virgo is Earth, and it's grounded. And so it's going to reveal where you can make your dreams come true. It will be having some closures in your life, some ending. This lunation is really going to emphasize an area of your life that value and hard work and organization are going to be good for you. Now is going to be a time for you to examine your day-to-day activities, making sure to take into consideration where you can make these manageable changes and fine-tune and tweak what you do on a daily basis. I encourage you to be mindful of any pitfalls of perfectionist attitude that can come along with Virgo energy, because Virgo wants to do it until it's done right. I'm encouraging you to work to maintain these reasonable expectations of yourself and for others, because again, that's another Virgo pitfall. It's having these high expectations for yourself, but also having high expectations for other people. Remember to support your mind, your body as you move through your daily activities at this time. Take breaks when they're needed, and when you know you need a timeout, make sure that you really take one. Now, we also have Mercury and Saturn both on each side flanking the sun. Mercury is going to help you to promote clarity with all types of communication to aid in learning. And Saturn on the other side is going to urge each of you to revitalize any outdated structures that you're working from, both personally and collectively. Remember, Pisces is the collective, and Saturn wants structure and organization. And so use this combination of energy to have these important conversations with people. This can include your work associates, your loved ones, members of your community, all with the clear intent to solve and address the issues that need to be addressed at this time. Know that not everyone that you are communicating with is going to be on the same page as you are. So you're going to have to make sure that when you approach these topics for change, for growth, that you come from a collective standpoint and not just from your own point of view. Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your Virgo full moon astrology forecast for all 12 signs. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So let's dive in. So for Aries sun and Aries rising, the sun, Mercury, and Saturn are all in your 12th house. So I want to start with the sun in Pisces. Pisces energy is about being the visionary. It's about dreaming, and it's about magical energy. The focus is on the collective. It's about using your intuition and tapping into not just your energy, but other people's energy. Your 12th house represents your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability, your clairs, like feeling things, knowing things. It's also the Akashic records, tapping into that, astral travel, past life regressions. The 12th house has to do with angels and guides and anything that is unseen from the outside, but you can tap in and feel it when you are asleep or meditating. Knowing this about where the sun is at, and it is literally reflecting or illuminating your moon. Your moon is in your 6th house of your daily service to others, finding a mentor, finding a guide. So know that there's going to be some kind of an ending or a closure of something. Virgo energy in your 6th house is you tapping into where do I where do I be of service to other people? How can I be practical in my day-to-day activities? The sixth house is your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, and what you do on a daily basis for your health practices. The sixth house is about finding a mentor, finding a guide, yoga, tapping, sound bowl therapy. It's alternative forms of healing. Pets are also here. So know that full moons, they bring endings, they bring closures. So the endings and closures can have anything to do with ending of a health scare or something that has to do with a pet. The 12th house can also, the sixth house full moon can also represent an ending to a job or a career where you're ready to move on. You're ready to retire. The full moon here can be the end of a work assignment. The sixth house is your balance between your work and your home, and it's also with coworkers. So this could be a coworker leaving, a project that's ending. The sun being flanked by Mercury and Saturn adds one more layer to this. Mercury wants to help promote some clarity. It wants to help promote all types of communication and aid in learning. With the sun is a representative of your fifth house of children and creativity, art, music, where we take risks. And so Mercury is saying, look, you need to have some clarity about some things that are going on. Are you tapping into your intuition? Are you tapping into your dreams? Are you missing the signs, the signals, like finding a feather, finding a coin? Are you missing the synchronicity of running into people, places, and things? The moon represents your fourth house of your home, your family, your roots, your traditions. It's the people who have that are there with you, who feel like family or who really are family. It is the foundation of which you build your life upon. It also represents real estate and property. So know that the themes that are going on has something to do with a closure or an ending with your day-to-day habits. This could be you saying, I have this alternative healing that's working, or I find a solution to something, or you're leaving a job that you're no longer satisfied with, or a coworker could be leaving that job, or it could be a pet crossing over the rainbow bridge. Remember that full moons, they're endings and they're closures. So this could be an ending or closure of some kind of pain or discomfort that you have been going through. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. For more, please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, the sun is currently in your 11th house, flanked on each side by Mercury and Saturn. So the sun in Pisces is about being a visionary, having this focus on the collective, a bigger picture, tapping into your intuition. Your 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, aligning yourself with people either through work or through something that you enjoy, like a club or an organization, or where you want to fulfill a need, as in volunteering for the collective. So the sun here is you tapping into not just your energy, but the energy of others. It's about dreamy, magical, creative ideas of what can you do and who do you align yourself with in order to achieve some of these things. Now, the sun represents your fourth house of home, family, your roots, your foundation. The fourth house is your ancestors, your traditions, and you building upon some of these themes. The full moon is in your fifth house of children, joy, pleasure, love affairs. It is recreation. It's where we take risks. It's gambling. The fifth house is how you express yourself either through hobbies or activities. Now, the moon represents your third house of the way that you communicate on a daily basis, either with coworkers or with, this is like how you talk, how you exchange ideas with neighbors, siblings, cousins. And so all of this bringing together is going to be offering you some type of closure that has to do with your fifth house. The fifth house being maybe your child is graduating, maybe you have completed a project. This could have something to do with there could be an ending of an affair, or the affair could be turning into something more, like ending an affair and now we're going to make it permanent between the two of us. Fifth house endings, they're not all negative. This could be joy and pleasure that your child is like moving out or moving on or getting married, them having a large culmination or a large celebration of something. Because Mercury is here, Mercury conjunct your sun is offering you this opportunity to use your intuition. Remember that Pisces is very watery and intuitive, and what are my feelings? What are your feelings? Mercury is going to help you to promote some clarity in the way that you communicate with your family, your children, or people that you work alongside of with for your creative projects. This could also be with cousins or neighbors or siblings. While Saturn on the other side is going to urge you to revamp or revitalize these outdated structures that you have that are with these clubs, groups, or organizations of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, things that you want to do. Maybe it's not like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It is saying, this is still my goal. This is what I want to do, but I need to revitalize it. I need to revamp it. I need to update it, because you're going to have some endings of some things. And so it could be reaching a minor goal and saying, I've reached this goal, now what? You need to be working from a collective standpoint when you're sharing your thoughts and your ideas with others, because they're not going to be, they may not be on the same page as you are. And you are going to want to address some issues, possibly with these groups or organizations or hopes or aspirations that you have alongside of people that you work with or people that you belong in these groups that like you volunteer with. And these topics need to be solved and addressed. And know that when you approach, if you approach from the standpoint of growth and expansion from a collaborative point of view, you will get further than just from your own standpoint, your own point of view. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, currently the Sun is with Mercury and Saturn in your 10th house. So the Sun in Pisces in your 10th house is you as a visionary, you focusing on the collective about what you can do to support the collective, you tapping into your intuition, your dreams, being very imaginative with everything that has to do with your career, your legacy, society as a whole. The 10th house represents your professional life, your ambitions. It's what you want to be known as for your own reputation. And so the sun rules over your third house of how you communicate with people on a daily basis. It could be anything from talking and exchanging ideas to technology, email, phone, Zoom, getting information out there and then receiving information from all types of, like this could be TikTok, YouTube, anything, Reddit. All of these are in like your third house, and it's about who you talk to and exchange ideas with on a daily basis. This could be in the grocery line, this could be neighbors, and this could be siblings and cousins. Now your full moon, remember that full moons, they always bring about endings or closures, and the full moon is being illuminated. It is in your fourth house. Now Virgo energy is about I serve. What can I give to you? It's very practical. It's very systematic. It's very logical and ambitious. And it is about creating a stable home life, family, roots, traditions. The fourth house is real estate and property, and it's about your genealogy. And so there could be some kind of closure here. Are you moving? Is somebody moving out of your house? Or do you finally have closure about where did like let's say that you're doing genealogy and you're like, where did that person come from back in the gene pool? And it's about things being uncovered, an ending to something. The moon rules over your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, but it's what the most important thing is, what do you need in order to feel safe and secure? So you are out in the public tapping into your intuition and saying, how can I give to others, but still having to take care of my own needs? And there are some endings or closures that have to do with your fourth house of home. This could be paying off a mortgage. This, I said with somebody moving, this could be children moving out. This could be, this could literally be the end of a work project or a real estate matter, or this could have, it doesn't have to just be genealogy or your foundation. Remember that the fourth house is real estate and properties. There could also be an end to a tradition that you've carried on for a long time, and now you feel a time to update it or change it. Remember that Mercury is here, it's flanking the sun, and Mercury is going to offer you this clarity, this communication ability with tapping into your dreams and your intuition to aid in the learning or understanding of what's going on with the collective, what is their energy, what is your energy. Saturn being on the other side, Saturn comes from a different point of view where it says we need to revitalize these outdated structures. The outdated structures can literally be the foundation, the building. It could be with your career, with your job, with your legacy, you as your career path, being seen as an authority figure or an authority figure over you. The 10th house has to do with your public reputation and it's your professional life. The 4th house, I always say, is like the basement of the house. The 10th house is more of the top of a building or the attic of where everybody can see you from the top of a building or the top of a mountain. And so being seen and wanting clarity on things, having to tap into intuition. And I love that Saturn is there because Saturn is saying, use your head, use your thoughts, and use these things equally. Find a balance in both. Use this combined energy to have these difficult conversations, either with family, with work associates, with loved ones, with members of your community, and make sure that when you are broaching topics that you are clear on the growth needs to be for the collective, and that this isn't just coming from your point of view for the change, that you want to address these issues, that it will support everybody involved, and you just are trying to get everyone to be open to the idea of things. All right, so Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, the Sun is currently in your 9th house. So your 9th house means these cross-cultural experiences that you're having, and you being the visionary, you wanting to tap into what is the collective. The 9th house is publishing, it's legal matters, it's wanting to travel places, it's wanting to experience it for different cultures, different religions. It's diving in. It's literally going down the rabbit hole, wanting to understand religion, spirituality, having these prophetic dreams. The 9th house is wanting to travel and have an experience with different thoughts and ideas and beliefs from different cultures or people, places, food, all of these things. The 9th house is also about legal matters. And so all of these topics come into play with the Pisces energy. Pisces here is you being the visionary, you having a focus on what does the collective want or need or desire, not just having your own feelings, but it's literally having your finger on the pulse of society about what is going on in the outside world. You tapping into your energy and other people's energy. You having these dreamy, magical thoughts about what can you do to be of service to others. Now, the sun rules your second house, your self-worth, your cash, your property, your personal resources, things in order that you need in order for you to feel safe and secure. Now, the sun is illuminating your moon in your third house of communication, all different types of communication styles. You being out there, being very diligent. A full moon in Virgo is about how can I serve others? How can I be practical in what I say, how I say, the information that comes in, and this is through neighbors, siblings, cousins. The third house is how you openly talk and exchange ideas with others. This could be through Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything that has like air, and anything that has you on a one-on-one basis, like standing in line at the grocery store, connected with somebody or talking to somebody, sparking an idea. This Virgo energy is about humanity and being of service to others and wanting to care for others. The moon rules your first house of self. It's your identity. This is what brings you pleasure and joy of how can I serve others, and make it a tapping into what does everybody need it as a whole, and then still being able to pull back and make sure that I'm taking care of my own needs. It's taking care of family, people who feel like family. I mean, you're Cancer and you're ruled by the moon, and it's you tapping into your dreams, your intuition, and feeling everybody's feels all the time. And so there could be some endings with a neighbor could move, a sibling could move, or a form of like third house is these relationships that you have with people. They could be work associates that maybe they've moved away. Maybe you're being transferred to a different department. Maybe they're being transferred to a different department. There will be some ending, some kind of closure, some kind of culmination that has to do with that area of your life, that the sun is saying, I no longer feel that way. I now, my thoughts, my ideas, they're broadened. I now have a bigger vision about what's going on, and I need to share this with other people. Do I write it? Do I journal it? Do I podcast it? Like, what do you do to share this information? Now, Mercury is flanking the sun on one side. And so Mercury is saying, I'm here to help you promote clarity. Pisces energy is that watery intuition, and it's tapping into a heart center and saying, let me bring you clarity with what's really going on here, making sure that you stay in your own heart space and you're not always picking up on everybody's feels, everybody's energy. It's about offering you aid in the learning, teaching, and sharing of information. Now, Saturn on the other side, Saturn is urging you to restructure or revitalize these outdated thoughts and ideas that you are working from, both personally and collectively. You have gained new information. What are you going to do with it? Use this combination of energy that you have to have these really important conversations with, they could be work associates, they could be family, siblings, cousins, or people that you remember. The third house is who you communicate with on a daily basis, and make sure that as you are bringing up these bigger issues about community and revitalizing and having a different thought process or ideas about these topics that are broad-based, cross-cultural experiences. This is you saying, I now know because I've experienced it, or I've talked to these people. It's you getting out there and gathering the information and then coming back and saying, and it changed me. And now I want to explain to others why we should not be thinking like that, or should not be acting like that, or should not be reacting like that. And so as you are addressing these issues with, this could be people that are in your community or people that you work with, know that not everyone is going to be on board with the changes that you are seeking. So you're going to have to approach all of these ideas for change and growth from a standpoint of, this is from the collective. This will support the collective rather than just your own point of view, and it will get more people on board with what you want to change, or your thoughts or your ideas about things. It's big endings, but with every full moon comes an opportunity for a new beginning. And so this is an ending of old ways of thinking and thoughts and ideas and closed-mindedness. And this could be also an ending to a relationship that you have with your siblings. This could be like them moving away, or putting your thoughts down on down in a journal, or down on to, like, I could go on and on about this. And so Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, we have Saturn, the Sun, and Mercury all in your 8th house of shared resources in the sign of Pisces. Remember that Pisces is very watery, it's intuitive, it's psychic. It is about tapping into the collective, feeling other people's feels. And when somebody says, and you ask them, hey, how are you doing? And they say, oh, I'm all right. And you're like, yeah, it's your lie. Tell it how you like, because you already know. The 8th house is the house where you are connected to others. These could be through family members, through shared resources that you have, like home, or like a will, or things that you share together as like siblings or family. This is also the house of alimony and child support. So it can be an ex, and it can also be a business partner or a significant other. So know that the Sun represents your first house. It rules over who you are. The Sun, it's your identity. It is your strengths, your habits, your power, your self-expression, what you want to create, wanting to create harmony in where you share resources with other people. And how do you do that? By tapping into your heart space. Now, the moon is in your 2nd house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, what you need in order to feel secure. The moon, a full moon in Virgo, is where you feel that you need to be of service to others. I feel like I have to make X amount of money. I need to be practical with my money, my resources. I need to be, you can be a perfectionist about it. Now, the moon rules your 12th house. Your dreams, your intuition, your psychic ability, the Akashic records, the astral travel, spirit guides, ancestors. The 12th house is also self-sabotage, and it's where we go to sit and be alone, like rest and retreat, either through yoga or ashrams, or through hospitalizations or afflictions. And so I'm going to flip this and make this a positive, because you are very intuitive, and the 12th house being the house of self-sabotage, do you always follow where your heart says, where your intuition says that you should go, or what you should do? Are you being too hard on yourself? Are you being a perfectionist about things? Are you staying balanced between head and heart and not losing track of things in your life, of time, of like where we have Pisces is where we want to escape sometimes. And so this moon in Virgo is going to find you with this opportunity for grounded energy to stay to stay in your headspace, but also focus on the intuition. Now, a second house full moon is going to offer you the opportunity to pay off debt, to say this is really what I want, this is what I need in order to feel secure. This could be you saving up enough money to get what you want. The second house being of money and resources, it's you getting the resources or connecting with somebody else who can support you with those resources in order for you to feel secure with what you're doing or where you're moving forward with. Now, I'm going to bring back in Mercury in your 8th house in Pisces. Mercury is going to say, look, I'm going to offer you some clarity to your intuition, to your dreams, to your psychic ability, to your, like, the spirit guides. And this could be through symbolism. This could be through a song, finding a coin, finding a feather, having a dream about something, connecting up with somebody, and like it being like synchronicity. The Mercury there is going to offer you this ability to communicate in a grounded way what you're feeling, and what are your feels and what are other people's feels, knowing the difference. Now, Saturn here. Saturn is saying, look, I'm urging you to get out of these, revitalize these outdated structures that you have with other people. These are contracts that you have with other people. They can be with family, meaning that the house is in the name or the will, or with an ex, with alimony and child support, like saying, look, this no longer works. We need to update this. Or it could be with a business partner, or it could be with a significant other. It's about thinking about it and coming at it from the collective standpoint and not just from your point of view, because everybody's not going to be on board with these changes. You're going to be the one to say, does that really work for everybody? Like, are we taking into consideration everybody's thoughts, feelings, and ideas right now for the changes that are going on? And so it's going to be up to you to address those issues diplomatically, and knowing that you need to come from a collaborative standpoint and not just from, these are my thoughts, these are my feelings. It needs to be, let's look at it from a broader perspective as you move forward. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, we have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in your 7th house. Your 7th house is the house of it's your +1 house. It's the house of love and contracts and negotiations. It's you with a business partner, you with a significant other, you with a best friend, you with a client, you with open enemies, and you with exes, all with Pisces watery energy. Pisces is a focus on the collective. It's you using your intuition to like walk into a room, or to know what your partner's feeling or your best friend is feeling, or that client. It's tapping into just your energy and the energy of others. It's imaginative, and it's you being a visionary in this area of your life. Now, the Sun rules your 12th house. I love this because the 12th house is your dreams, the psychic ability. It's ancestors, guides. It is the Akashic records. It is where we center and meditate, like a spiritual retreat, in order to tap into our angels, our guides, and like a spiritual realm. The 12th house is paying attention to our shadow side, and the 12th house can be self-sabotage. And so knowing this, saying that I have to tap into my heart space, I have to have faith and hope and belief, and I have to risk getting hurt by being wrong, and otherwise I'm sabotaging, I'm not paying attention to what my ancestors are saying, what my guides or what my intuition says. It's literally tapping into a heart space center. Now, the moon. The sun is illuminating and bringing some closure or something that has to do with the first house of self. The first house is your mind, your body, your self-expression, your appearance, your power. And so there could be some endings with a project that you've started, or a culmination or an ending of this area of your life that has to do with your image, your like how you dress, your hair. This could be you changing. So let's say that you got married, and so maybe you're changing your name, or you become a Reiki master, and so it's a change of a label, or you're coming out of the closet, or you're coming, your identity has changed, being known as a grandmother, or being known as somebody who is single. It is a change in who you are, your personal appearance, your identity, your body. This could be having a baby, and now you are getting back into like your body. It could be meeting a goal that has to do with what you wanted to do. The goal could be with a job that you wanted and being known as that now. The first house being literally who you present yourself. It could be a change in your health at this time, and identifying that this is like I've met that health goal, or I've met that spiritual goal. It'll have something to do with who you are as a whole. Now, the moon rules over your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, who you align yourself up with, and there will be something that has to do with partnership, something that has to do with you tapping into heart space and head space in order to have these closures, these endings, and these new beginnings. Because Mercury is here, Mercury is going to help you with promoting clarity of what are my thoughts, what are everybody else's thoughts, and making sure that you stay grounded with this, that you are moving forward for your best and highest good, not living somebody else's life. You are living your best life. And clarity in the communication in sharing this information with other people. Now, Saturn is also here. Saturn is urging you to like literally revamp, revitalize, get rid of these outdated structures that you have either with business partners or clients. This is the house of open enemies and exes. And so if there's contracts that has to do with this, the 7th house is the house of negotiation, cooperation, written and nonverbal communication. And so you're going to have to revamp what you have been doing and make sure that you have these healthier boundaries with what's going on with that area of your life, because it's changing who you are, and you are coming out better, stronger, your expression happier, healthier because of this. Now, use the combined energy of this water and this earth and this intuition and like your headspace and your heart space to combine the energy to have these difficult conversations either with clients, work associates, significant others, partners, best friends, the +1 people in your life, and say, I need to address these issues, and know that not everyone is going to be on board with it. So you need to come from the perspective of it is for the whole. It's not coming just from me, but this will be better from a collaborative standpoint, that it will serve everybody better, not just you. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra and Libra rising, the Sun, Saturn, and Mercury are in your 6th house. The 6th house is where you are of daily service to others, and it's your house of your illness and what you need to do on a daily basis in order to take care of yourself. It's where we look for a mentor or where we look for a guide. It's where we look into my daily routine in order to make sure that I'm of optimal health. It's also where I want to volunteer and be of service to others, but self-care and alternative health and pets are also topics of this area. And so in the sign of Pisces, Pisces is the visionary. Pisces is focusing on the collective of how can I use alternative health and healing in order to take care of myself, using your intuition, using those thoughts, those ideas of gravitating to what feels right, being creative, being imaginative. The sun rules over your 11th house of who you collaborate with in order to reach your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. It's like kindred spirits. It's either this house is people that you collaborate with for work, like in a work group, but it's also for joy and pleasure, like I want to volunteer, or I want to be in this club, or I want to be in this organization. It's also like Facebook groups or Instagram, people like who you follow. It's where you network with and how you connect to other peers. Now, the moon being full, the sun is illuminating your moon in your 12th house. So we know that there's going to be some kind of ending, some kind of culminations. The moon rules over your house of your career, your legacy, how people see you as an authority figure, or the 10th house is your professional life, your reputation. It's the goal in where you want to go and what you want to do and how people see you up there. So it's like revealing some things about you. Now, a full moon in Virgo is you being practical about things, and it's being a perfectionist, possibly systematic or organized or structured, and being diligent about things. The 12th house can be dreams, intuition. It could be tapping into the spiritual realm through the Akashic records, going through past life regressions. The 12th house can also be an end to hospitalizations, an end to an affliction, an end to like an institution, meaning a rehab of some sort. This could be for a physical ailment or a mental ailment or a spiritual ailment. There could be an ending or closure to this. The 12th house is hospitals, institutions, afflictions. It's also the house of self-sabotage. So this could be an end to generational trauma. You maybe have identified where you have repeated a pattern and are ready to move past it. The 12th house is also energy that we bring in from past lives, if you believe in past lives, and you can look at it and say, how can I tap into this and say, look, I feel it. I need to remove myself. I need to stop this karma. It can reveal to you areas where you have taken unnecessary risk, or that you have brought things with you, and you can now leave it behind you. Like you can let go of it. Now, Mercury is conjunct the sun. Mercury is going to help you with your thoughts, your ideas, your communication. It'll aid you in learning with your day-to-day service. So let's say that you're ending a health scare or ending something that has to do with doing shadow work or doing something that you've done in private. And this could be hospitalization or affliction or rehab. And so the sun in Pisces is, I need to be structured and organized in order to stay healthy. This is what I have to do on a daily basis. The 6th house being your daily habits of how can I have these alternative health ideas. And this could be a guide, a mentor, a counselor. This could be a chiropractor, sound healing, meetings. The 6th house has to do with your job and your workplace and your relationship with other people, but it has to do with how you take care of yourself in order to maintain optimal health and moving forward with. And Mercury in Pisces will have you seeing things clearly and being able to balance heart and mind at the same time during this lunation. Now, Saturn is urging you to say, look, you need to revamp some of these outdated habits, outdated structures in your life. And this is you working on it personally and possibly collectively, and using this combined energy to say, all right, I need to have these important conversations with these people that are in my life. And this could be through a counselor or a guide, or it could be the people that you spend time with on a daily basis. This could be family, and this could be friends, and these could be loved ones or work associates, and needing to address some issues for your best and highest good. And not everybody's going to be on board with the changes. So healthy boundaries are going to need to be put into place here, and you're probably going to have to address it coming from a collective standpoint rather than just your point of view, in order for them to be a little bit more receptive, knowing that maybe not everybody is going to be on board with it, but you have to tune in to what is for your best and highest good at this time. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, currently the Sun is in your 5th house with Mercury and Saturn there. Your Sun is illuminating your art, music, creativity, lovers. It's love affairs, it's children, it's where you want to take risks. It's you being a visionary, you focusing on the collective, you tapping into everybody else's feels. Remember that this is trine to your 1st house of self. You work well with water and intuition. And so this is going to be you tapping into your creative, your imaginative side. Now, the Sun rules over your 10th house of career, your job, your legacy, how people see you, your public life. Your 10th house is honors, awards. It can be government. It can be your public reputation, your status. The 10th house is literally like you on top of a mountain or you on top of a building. It's how people see you on top of things. And so you using your intuition to tap into what are my feelings? What are other people's feelings? And knowing, like when you say, hey, how's it going, to either children or people that you're doing creative projects with, and they're saying, oh, I'm fine. And you're looking at it like, yeah, I can feel the vibes. Like you just know when people are not being authentic and honest. And knowing that the Sun is revealing some things that will have some endings and some closures in your life. So it's illuminating the moon. When the Sun is opposite of the moon, it creates this full moon, which is endings, closures, culminations in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is where you are of service to others. It is very where you're a perfectionist, where you're systematic, where you're logical, where you're ambitious. This is in your house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, who you network with. The 11th house for you this could be with work associates. So you could have a project end. You could this could be with kindred spirits, and maybe some of your good friends are like that you gather with, that are your like soul family, are moving away or passing away or just not near. Having an ending is not always bad. It could be things have outgrown themselves, and now you are needing to end your connection to where you've had this shared creativity or these shared experiences with people, and moving on to a different greener pasture for yourself. The moon rules your 9th house of foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences, wanting to travel someplace, wanting to experience on a different level. Your 9th house represents legal matters, and it represents publishing, but it also represents where you have these prophetic dreams, these downloads of information. And your moon having this full moon is saying, I'm making the right decision. My heart and my head need to stay in sync with each other. And so this project is going to end. This activity is going to end. I'm ready to move on from this. I'm ready to let go of this. Now, Mercury down here with your sun is going to help you to promote clarity between what is your energy, what is their energy, and to like see through the red tape or the BS and the communication that's going to be going on. Because as a water sign and having all of this water energy going on, it will have you possibly second guessing yourself, because Pisces energy wants to have faith and wants to have hope and wants to have this belief, and it sometimes misses the red flags. And so this full moon is balancing the earth and the water together, and it's saying, I'm going to promote some clarity. I'm going to give you the opportunity to tap into heart and head, and to make sure that your head and your heart are in the same space. Now Saturn is saying, look, you got to have some boundaries here. You got to revitalize these outdated structures, either with your children, with lovers, with these creative projects where you take risks. You have to work both from personally and collectively with others. And so you need to use this combined energy to have these important conversations, either with your children or with, again, with lovers or people that you do group work with. And it could be your loved ones, it could be members of your community. Please make sure that your intent is clear and that you're wanting to solve these issues that are for growth and for change, and that it's not coming from your point of view, but then you're talking from a collaborative standpoint, so that they are more open to receive the information that you're sharing with them. So Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, the Sun is currently with Mercury and Saturn in your 4th house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, people that feel like home. The 4th house represents real estate, property, traditions, genealogy. It could be past lives and the family that has been brought in like generation to generation of traditions. Now, in the sign of Pisces, it's having a focus on the collective, the generations before you, and the family that's in your home. It's also you tapping into not just your energy, but the energy of everybody that's within your home. The Sun rules your 9th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, of who you travel to meet, and having these cross-cultural experiences of you wanting to go there, you wanting to experience this, you wanting to study this. This could be you taking a class, you diving into spirituality, diving into religion, becoming the teacher, publishing something that has to do with legal matters. The 9th house is having these prophetic dreams and understanding it from that when you learn it and you go down that rabbit hole, it literally changes you from the inside out. And the Sun is going to be, a full moon is when the Sun illuminates the moon and offers it closure. Things that were hidden, things that we didn't know before. So a full moon in your 10th house, in the sign of Virgo. Virgo energy for your career, your job, your legacy has you very much organized and structured, a perfectionist, ambitious, diligent, and wanting to make sure that you're finding this balance between your home and your work. And so is there a job that you're leaving? Are you is there something that's like, are you getting a reward or an award? Or is there something that has to do with your social status or where you make your mark on society? The 10th house could have you literally retiring, leaving, stepping up to a different position, leaving that position completely. Now, the moon, it rules your 8th house of your shared resources. So this energy is going to come into play here. The 8th house is not just your resources, but it's your resources mixed with family, if you have property or real estate or something that has to do, that would be in a will or combined debt. It also has to do with exes, with like alimony or child support, and it has to do with business partners and significant others. And so know that all of this is going to be coming into a story of some things are going to be ending with you being seen in the public light. You being seen as, this could be as an authority figure or your reputation or leaving a job behind. Now, Mercury in your 4th house of home. This could literally mean it's promoting you some clarity about the way that you have to communicate with people at home and people with your career. Now, I'm saying this because are you wanting to travel? Are you wanting to, there's something that's going on with home, with all of these assets or all of this things that you have together with other people, these shared resources. The 8th house is the house of taboo topics and having to broach these taboo topics. It's the house of deep bonding, of where we have these connections with other people, but it's more than just like familial. It can be that, and it can be like marriage partner, business partner, and exes. Now, Mercury is offering you this clarity, wanting you to have this communication, to have these open conversations with people that you work with, people that are at home, and that people that you have these contracts or these shared resources with. Saturn at home is saying we need to have some healthy boundaries here. What does this look like? Saturn in the 4th house is saying I need to have these conversations with these outdated thoughts, ideas, traditions, structures that we've done this forever, and just because we have, some things need to end. We need to have, it's not have a reason for, it's we need to evolve past this. The 4th house being what you were built upon. And so there could be something that's revealed about your ancestors, or about the foundation of your home, or real estate, or selling it off, or about where did this tradition come from. There could be something with genealogy that comes up, that you discover some things that were secretive or hidden, or we just didn't know about. And so now Saturn is saying, look, these are outdated structures. We have to bring ourselves up with the time, personally and collectively, and you're going to have to use this combined energy of being diligent, tapping into head, tapping into heart, and saying, I need to have these conversations with my loved ones, with my work associates, with members of members of society, because it's you gaining information from cross-cultural experiences, and then saying, this has changed. How do I change this? How do I have healthy boundaries with this? How can we change and evolve to make these things in our lives better and solve these issues? Not everybody's going to be on board. Not everybody wants to change. And so you're going to have to approach this from a more collaborative standpoint, that it's broadening things through education and information, and making it not just come from your standpoint, that your intent is to be clear, and that it's from a holistic standpoint and not just from your own thoughts and ideas, and hopefully that they will be a little bit more receptive of that. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, You have the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in your third house of communication in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the visionary. It is focused on the collective. How can I gather information from the collective and disseminate it and share it back out? This can be through email, phone, text. It could be a podcast. It could be putting your thoughts and ideas down in letters or books. The third house is how you talk and exchange ideas with people on a daily basis. This could be in the grocery line, and this could be through phone, email, text, or through work. Now, Pisces is tapping into not just your energy, but the energy of others. It's dreamy, it's magical. It's you being able to feel other people's energy through their words, their thoughts, their ideas in your day-to-day communication with what you feel and with what you know. It's like having your spidey senses turned up with your communication style. Now, the Sun rules over your 8th house of your shared resources. The 8th house is you with other people's, it's like these joint ventures that could be with family members, with sharing resources that have to do with a will, or like we all have our name on a cabin, or we're all going to take care of this property, or all going to take care of grandma, or it could be exes, so alimony, child support, that kind of debt. It can also be a business partner or a significant other. And so know that you're going to be coming up with collaborative ways of communicating where some things need to change in your life and in others. Now, the Sun, when the Sun is opposite of the Moon, it literally illuminates it. It shows us what was hidden and we didn't know. And it also brings to a closure of some things. And so the Moon in Virgo is wanting to be of service. It is systematic, practical, in the house of classes, workshops, foreign people, places, things. So this could have you ending a class, ending a workshop, ending teaching something, ending traveling farther away. The 9th house is also prophetic dreams, and maybe like there's this dream that has come true. The 9th house is also law and advertising, and maybe you have published something, or now you have reached this pinnacle, or there is something that you're working on with legal matters that have to do with the shared resources with the family, or the alimony, the ex, or the significant other, or the partner. Now the Moon rules over your 7th house of your significant other, your best friend, your business partner, your one-on-one clients, and open enemies and exes. The 7th house is where we have love and contractual relationships. These can be business or they can be personal, and they're not just written. They can be verbal or nonverbal. The 7th house is also where we have these negotiations and cooperation and compromises that need to take place. And so there's going to be some kind of ending. This could be an ending to this relationship of somebody that you met that's far away. Again, with a class, with a workshop. It could have something to do with teaching something, or maybe you have taken the class and now you're ready to become the teacher. You have graduated and now you're ready to present some things, or you've studied enough of it, you're ready to make it more concrete. Now, Mercury is conjunct the Sun. So Mercury in the sign of Pisces is going to help you promote all kinds of clarity, because Pisces is very watery, it's intuitive, it's heart center, and it's communicating how and what you need to say and when you need to say it. Coming from a heart center, while Saturn here says, look, I want you to say the kind words. I want you to tap into everybody else's feelings, but we need to change or revitalize, revamp some outdated structures. And that has to do with technology, with science, with the way that you're gathering information and the way that you are talking and exchanging and sharing it with others. This could be through AI, this could be through anything that's new or science that's out there, and saying, how can I have a healthy boundary around this? And how do I use my head and my heart to make these decisions? I need to have a healthier structure with this area of my life. And so this is personally and collectively, because Pisces is the collective. And so use this combined energy of head and heart to say, I need to have these important conversations with my business partners, my significant others, my exes, my family members, and people that I've traveled and met. And I need to be clear with my intent to solve issues that need to be addressed, things that are outdated, need to be revamped. Know that not everyone is going to be on board with what you have to say, what you're bringing to the table, and you're going to have to remind them that no growth comes without change, and that you need to come from a collaborative standpoint to say, this is better for everybody, not just for you or from I. And so rather just from your point of view, saying, this is good for everybody. Let's talk about this. Let's bring it to the table, because the 8th house is the house of like the taboo topics, of not wanting to discuss it, keeping it quiet, keeping it on the down low. So know that there could be endings, closures, classes, workshops, all of those topics in order for new growth to happen. And so these could be positive things that could be ending in order to have this fresh start and clean slate, new beginning. All right, Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn are currently in your 2nd house. Your 2nd house is your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources, of what you need in order to feel secure. And Pisces is very watery, intuitive, psychic. It's about being a visionary, focusing on the collective, using your intuition, tapping into not just what your feelings are, but feeling the feels of other people. It's magical, creative, and imaginative. I absolutely love this. And it's just, look, Pisces energy is psychic, and it's watery, and it's feels. Now, the Sun rules over your 7th house of your partnership, your significant other. I call it your +1 house because it's your best friend, your significant other, your business partner, your clients. It's where you negotiate. Like, you need to negotiate based on that gut feeling, that intuition. The 7th house also is about open enemies and exes and these contractual relationships that you have with other people. And they can be written or like verbal or nonverbal. They could be all types of contracts, whether they're business or personal, and know that those topics can be brought up at this time. Now, when the Sun is opposite of the Moon, it reveals things that were once hidden. It brings about closure. So we have a full moon in your 8th house. Now, your 8th house rules over your 6th house of your day-to-day habits. Mentally, physically, spiritually, staying sound and healthy, and finding a guide, finding a mentor. It's the house of self-care. And a full moon in your 8th house of your shared resources is revealing some things that are going to be coming to an end. This could be maybe a child ages out, so you're no longer paying child support, or alimony, like maybe that is ending, or a business partner. There could be some kind of a business partner ending to that, or there could be something that has to do with separating your resources with family. Remember that the 8th house is not just shared resources, but joint ventures. So this could be with family members, that it's debt, it's wills, it's anything that you literally share with other people. It's also the house of secrets, taboo topics. And so know that there's going to be some things that are going to be revealed, some things that are going to be ending. It'll be for your best and highest good, because the moon rules over your daily habits. It's your mental, physical, spiritual, psychological health, well-being, and finding a balance between work and home. And so an ending in this area of your life is going to offer you an opportunity that you can, again, be of service to others. Take care of yourself. The 6th house is my day-to-day habits. And when there's these structures that are going on, or these combined resources that are going on, it affects your day-to-day. And this could be because we have your partnership sector. Like, I'm really thinking this could be best friends, significant others, business partners. There's going to be some kind of an ending, or a closure that goes, and this could be, yay, we've paid off this big debt. Yay, we can move on from this. Or yay, we are going to be separating these resources. I am no longer going to be attached to you in that way, whether it be with family, or whether it be with a business partner or a significant other. Now, Mercury is conjunct the sun here. So Mercury is going to help you to promote this clarity in the communication that you have, in order for you to decide what do you need in order for you to feel safe and secure with your money, your resources, your cash, your property. Now, Saturn is here. Saturn's asking for healthy boundaries. Saturn says, look, we have some outdated these structures, these contracts that we have. They're old. They need to be updated and changed. Life has changed, and so we should change along with it. So these contracts that you've been working on, or that you have with other people, it's going back. Maybe this is you looking at your resources, looking at your investments, and saying, where is my money invested? Am I getting the biggest bang for my buck? Should I get out of this and move into this? Saturn will have you working from both personally and collectively, to combine the energy of like head and heart, and say, I need to have these conversations, these difficult conversations with loved ones, with work associates, with work people that I'm in I share resources with. This could be business partners, or these exes. Like, remember that this is the house of anybody that you share any joint ventures with at all. And so know that you need to come from the perspective of the collaborative. We need to change this because it will benefit everybody. That your intent is to solve these issues that need to be addressing, and that not everybody's going to be on board. And so you're going to bring it up, that it's from a collaborative standpoint, not just from your point of view. All right, so for Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. And for a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn are in your first house of self, really illuminating you being in tune with your feels, you being a water sign. This is about your personality, your appearance, your strength, your habits. The Sun is here, literally, like it is you being, having your finger on the pulse of society, saying, we need to be focused on the collective. We need to make sure that everybody is taken care of. It's you using your intuition, having these creative, imaginative thoughts and ideas that you can support other people. Now, the sun rules over your daily habits. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, finding this balance between your home and your work. The 6th house is where you find like a mentor or for a guide, and it's what you need to do on a daily basis that you take care of yourself. It's alternative health practices. So are you making good choices that have to do with you and your health. This could include tapping, this could include yoga, meditation, vitamins, supplements. Are you making your health a priority? With the sun in your first house, you are being seen by everybody. You are stepping into your power, your divinity, your personality is shining. Like, it's like wearing your feelings on, what do they say? Wearing your heart on your sleeve. Now, the sun, when the sun is opposite of the moon, it illuminates what we could not see before. It shows us things that were hidden. And so there are some things that were hidden that have to do with seventh house topics. That would be business partner. That would be significant other, best friends. This could be open enemies, exes. The seventh house is where we have love and where we have these contractual agreements. These could be verbal or nonverbal. This is negotiation and cooperation. It is where you see clients one-on-one. Now, a full moon here in the sign of Virgo. Virgo is very practical, systematic, like a perfectionist, and it's logical, and it's earthy and grounded. And so having a full moon means you're going to see some things, or there's going to be some closure or some ending of some people in your life. Now, this could be a client no longer needs your services. They have moved on. Or this could be a best friend who has moved away. This could be a significant other. Or this could be a business partnership that we are going to separate it, or it no longer serves us. We are going to separate some things. A full moon in the seventh house literally means that some things are going to be revealed that we didn't know before, and now we're going to be able to see them clearly. Now, the moon rules your fifth house of love, as in love affairs, children, creativity, where we take risks. And so there will be something that has to do with these themes, these topics of where you're taking risks and excitement, and where you want fun and joy and romance. The fifth house is also love affairs. And so there could be a love affair that turns into a long-term relationship, or a long-term relationship that the boat is rocked because of the love affair. It does not mean always an ending of a relationship. It could mean an ending of a way that you see it. And so we're no longer best friends. We're going to take it to a different level, and we're going to be business partners. Or again, somebody has moved away, or they no longer need your service. Now, Mercury being in your first house, Mercury is going to add a layer of clarity to your thoughts, your ideas, your actions, and how you're sharing your words with others in a way that makes sense to them. Now, Saturn on the other side is saying, I have to revitalize, I have to shift and change these outdated structures of healthy boundaries about who I am, working from both personally and collectively. You knowing that you may need some healthy boundaries for yourself, and who you give access of yourself to. It's like, I always think of Saturn as the planet with the rings around it and having a fence around the yard and saying, I need to pull in my strength and tap into my health and my happiness and what brings me this joy and this creativity, and not giving it away. Sharing it, yes, but not giving it away to somebody that doesn't appreciate it, someone that doesn't value it. Using this combined energy of heart and head, so like we have water and earth together to have these really, they could be difficult conversations that you need to have personally with work associates, loved ones, family members, people in your community, about being clear about healthy boundaries, about the intent to solve these issues that need to be addressed, that have to do with you, your appearance, yourself, your power, your identity, and who you are with other people, clients, business people. And in order with the intent in order for you to solve these issues because you're addressing these issues, using your intuition and saying, I know that not everybody's going to be on board with this. Not everybody's going to like the changes that are going on. And I need to make sure that I approach this idea as this is for change and growth that will benefit everybody. And I'm coming at it from a collective standpoint that I can no longer do this. I can, like to say, this is what you can offer. And it's not going to be from your point of view. It'll be more from a collective point of view. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.